Yes. So, speaking of second chance wolf combos,
That's right.
how
Hey.
about that?
So apparently Brazil riot. So apparently the idea that it's all on purpose, the way they leak things, is kind of kneecapped by the fact that apparently Riot Brazil just leaks like literally everything they ever do.
So yeah, it turns out, okay, so there's two things, right? One, the official 2XKO reveal marketing strategy appears to be, yeah, we don't give a shit. Just leak that shit. And put shit out there, and whoever sees it is going to go, wait, what? And you're going to be like, yeah. And that's it.
I texted you about this, and it was like, well, because people like us are following that shit, but most people aren't.
But I think
so. Most people just see the official story later.
But let it simmer amongst those who are keeping up with it moment to moment, and I think that's great. I think it's been really funny.
I think it actually works.
Yeah,
and I think they did a really good job because Warwick leaked out, right? Warwick the werewolf leaked out, and it leaked out super hard and super fast. Like it was like definitive. There's videos of the motherfucker. Like, wow, I'm looking at him.
I mean, someone had a screenshot of his foot just went out like, there.
The videos came out like 6 hours later. It was right away.
And then, of course, there was, like, prior to that, we talked about the data mining, where they pulled the voice lines out. But then there's just so that's the super unofficial, we pulled the information from the game files. But then there's just the official Riot Brazil, who's just going, I guess...
There's costume videos.
Yeah. We're putting out shit that no one's supposed to see, and we don't give a fuck. And apparently this has been the case for all League of Legends based...
For everything. For absolutely everything they do. Yeah. So I felt really bad for them.
Loose cannon studio.
And then I felt really, really fucking bad for them yesterday, when Warwick is the fucking massive stinger of their very expensive CG animated intro. And then I stopped feeling bad for them because they did manage to keep the important thing,
biggest
which
detail.
Is, by the way, he's out tomorrow.
He's out tomorrow.
Secret shadow dropped character on launch.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, this actually worked out well for everybody.
Yes.
Everybody got what they wanted.
So the leak confirmed his existence beforehand, and everyone was like, oh my god, we know who the next character is.
That was January.
Exactly. So we know who the beginning of the next 5 is going to be. And then they're like, yep. And then you get the big intro, which dropped, which is pretty cool and proper expensive, which as to be expected, because look at their music videos. I was like, this better be cool. And yeah, it was dope.
There's
and then
a lot going on in that trailer. That's really funny.
But yes, the big thing with this is Teemo will be dropping, as will Warwick. So there'll be 2 new characters right off the bat. So we're going straight.
And also that's 3 weirdos in a row.
3 freaks in a row. 3 freak picks in a row. And we're straight to 11 on launch with that. So good job on that, plus a big detailed post.
We've hit the freak ratio, which I think we said was between 25 and 30% of your roster has to be freaks. Hey, there we go. That's 27% of the roster is freaks now.
And then the other bit is by giving you access to, you do the tutorials, you get 1 champ token, and then you do some of the missions and you get a second one. So by giving
Here comes Teemo Warwick.
So by giving you 2 champ tokens that are easily accessible, you can make a team of anyone you want away. So there's as a duos game, you're not being restricted from any particular pair, which is a really smart thing mathematically.
Very smart.
Right? So that big expensive trailer. So we're just shipping Ari and Echo now, like. So their homies or
what's
more.
What's weird is that a different game shipped Ari and Yasuo.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw a comment where someone was just like, lore accurate, Yasuo jumps in, tries 2v1ing, fails, and then Warwick ganks and loses the round for his team.
Absolutely. That is a peak league interaction. So what's the start? Okay, Yasuo has been crazy fed, and he is a hyper carry. And so he is effortlessly 2v1ing a fucking fight.
Is Warwick a jungler?
No, Warwick is a jungler, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so right when it turns, Warwick tries to fucking gank from the lane, and then they both just fuck it. They both just fuck it.
Completely.
Because the 2 other people actually work together as a team.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I find it like it's cool because you have like, you know, they're not willing to just do. I can see that they're not willing to just do an intro cinematic with cool music and showing off the characters. Still going like, hey, fighting game, yeah. They want to have a little bit of a story going on, right? They want to have an emotional thread. So here it's
and so they have like the definitive moment of both of those characters' backstories presented.
Yes. And Echo's trauma and Ari's trauma, and they're both, you know, they're leaning on each other, and they both find common ground, and they're able to make a friendship or more and come together as a team. Yeah, and that's really cool because you're like, yeah, that's great. They're the official poster canon team for this game. All right, and. Now Yasuo, who I was not under the impression was this big asshole, is just coming for them and swinging and being not only lore accurate to League of Legends with the 2v1ing aspect as you described, but also because he's such a shit at being the top tier character in the game, I'm like, fucking get his ass. Fuck Yasuo.
Did you see
right?
the fucking
you got
tweet
touched.
that I made about this?
No.
I said, first of all, I think Yasuo 2v1ing the opposing team as he is like the most broken character in the game is fucked up. It's fucked up that they put that in the cinematic.
He's a villain. He's absolutely the villain from his balance.
But also, then the day that video game came out, that video came out, he was hit with multiple pages of nerfs.
Yeah.
He is like, this is, they took a bat to that dude.
Yeah. So Echo is also incredibly strong and incredibly powerful and sitting on top of this list. But the power gap distance between the two is very notable because Echo is annoying and is a lot better than the rest of the cast. But Yasuo had no weaknesses.
Yasuo had no weakness.
So
he was a fully completed, kitted out character that could do everything.
But so back to this cinematic though. And then at the end, you get Blitz and Alawi jumping out.
Weirdos.
Yeah, here they come. Very cool, very nice cinematic, nice music. When I see The Ties That Bind, which is the name of the song, the first thing I think of is Street Fighter 4's shitty anime, right? Because that's what it was called. So, you know, a little flashback there. But I'm looking at this like the expensive, you know, music video for the game, and I'm immediately like, oh, there's no shot they're going to miss out on the cash that would come from putting all of KDA into this game. And having the costumes available.
And then we'll have more to talk about that exact thing in just a second. Because I did some math.
There's no way they're not going to sell Akali and then everybody else and then put the costumes out immediately. That's crazy.
I don't know if Evelyn will get in, but Akali is kind of a like a sure thing.
So what's the popularity like between Akali, Ari, and then the other two?
Akali.
Okay. And
Akali's also more fun to play.
Are the other two like more obtuse, or are
Ari's super old, and so is Evelyn, but I don't see a lot of love for Evelyn.
Okay, because that's free money. You sell those outfits, and you put the pack with them in the stage, and some music or whatever the case is, and just go right.
That video has a lot of like deep cuts. It has one super deep cut in particular. There's a voice line between Warwick and Echo in which he says, "Rewind too far and you'll end up in my teeth." So in the fight, Echo rewinds to his earlier position, and then Warwick instantly fucking grabs him. And like he should not have rewound out of being fallen over because it fucked on him.
That shot with the trauma pass moment and then the fallen girl and then all the different reaching attempts was
that's from his league bio.
That shot of how many times I tried to save her and it didn't work was super good. Oh,
he does get her.
Okay.
In his bio, but it takes him 18 attempts.
So I don't know much beyond just the arcane bits, but like that was probably the coolest part of that. I thought it was I love seeing that shit.
Some of those attempts are trash too. He's like way off.
Man, it's so unfair because the titles they get, like you get Vi, who's the Piltover enforcer, and Echo is the child that broke time.
Yeah,
You're like,
right.
that's not the same, man. Come on. Some of those titles are way cooler than others. You know?
Yeah, Vi should be called the fucking narc, but that a different character would also have that title.
That title works for someone else too, so no.
That title would be Caitlyn's title. She's the biggest fucking narc around.
Hey, I'm satisfied because not only is Vi here, but then they showed off among all the cosmetics, because you best believe they want that money.
They also showed off lesbian breakup.
Yeah, the fucking pit fighter outfit, baby. Drag that mascara. Like the leaky goth breakup Vi. And I'm like, that's the Vi I want. It was half an episode in Arcane, and I'm like, oh, look at this costume they're selling. It was such an obvious costume.
Into the Arcane costumes and the monetization of this game, because the Arcane costumes that they are selling in that bundle are so much fucking better than the default costumes. It's crazy. They are like
the quality.
They are like, they should have been the defaults. I don't give a shit. Echo's mask and the pipe and all that and the coat. Oh my fucking god, dude!
So that's the thing, is I knew Echo as the Arcane version first before all the other stuff. So I thought that was just a look, and I think it would be a huge mistake if they put the non-league versions of these characters out there as primary.
Yeah.
Same thing for Warwick, making the wolf instead of like the big dude or whatever.
Whatever the fuck that was.
But making those costumes look really, really good is very, very smart, because the only way to make money with a game like this is to entice people with the cosmetics. And to throw some currency and tokens and so on in there. Also, I like that, like, the drip feed of like, here's Teemo, here's his stage, here's a couple of Arcane costumes, and then here's Warwick's foot, is now like, here's like another 4 sets of outfits, here's like Crime City, here's another background you didn't see. Here's the Warwick stage. There's now like an entire humongous pipeline of like stages, outfits, and cosmetics that we've been previewed for, that are like
KO effects, taunts.
I want to say like an entire season or 4 worth of stuff has been previewed. And
dude, absolutely. And they fixed the problem that we have with Street Fighter 6. It's like, man, I would actually love to buy more costumes, and they have figured out a way to fix that, and that is charging 3 times as much for those costumes,
making the costumes a part of a big pack that's expensive. Yeah.
No. I had to do this morning. Obviously, I had to do this clown shit. So my time was highly limited, right? So when 2XKO came out, it immediately broke like that. Just fucking crashed its shit off. And then I went, well, fuck. And then when I was able to log in, I didn't play even a single fucking round. I went to the store and I went to the battle pass. I took screenshots of everything.
Okay.
And then I ran the numbers on literally their entire monetization platform so I could compare it here.
Okay.
And how much of a fucking ripoff the game is or not.
Okay.
Because the sticker shock on that Arcane costume pack being $140 fucking dollars plus tax Canadian. Oh yeah, you didn't know. You didn't know. Dude. That shit costs $165.
Wow.
Well, let me run the math on it.
Okay.
140 times 114 is equal to, it costs $160.
I thought less.
You did you? What did you think?
And then dude,
what did you think? What did you think it was going to be?
No, I thought you were talking about like, $20 for the skins and or so, but I saw.
Oh, there's plenty here to talk about,
because I saw that there was the like conversion of there's points that you earn, there's the whatever fight money, and then there's like a 3-week period before you spend real bucks.
Let's just start this from the top, okay? There are 3 currencies going on in the 2XKO video game. There is real money dollars, which no one needs any explanation. There are credits. Credits are the free-to-play currency that you would earn from, I think you get 10 a match. You get 250 for a daily challenge, and you get 750 for a weekly challenge, of which there are 3. If you were to do all of your dailies and all of your weeklies every single week, you would earn approximately 7,500 credits. A character costs 10,000 credits. So in a week and a half of free-to-play playing, you would earn enough to get a character. However, you cannot buy a new character with free-to-play currency for the first 3 weeks of their life.
Right.
You cannot do it. They are sectioned off for paying customers only, which are for real money dollars, which includes buying the most expensive version of the battle pass,
or a token,
or something called KO points, which is their fake money currency. And KO points are in I have it all written down here. In US currency, a KO point is approximately $5 for 500 KO points.
Okay. It
would be $100 for 11,500.
Right. So, and then tokens, character tokens are also parts of certain passes, certain battle passes,
or bundles,
or certain bundles. Exactly. So there's other ways to get those too. Yeah. Sure.
Costumes cost 2,000 points, which means costumes cost 20 USD.
Right. Okay.
Straight up. Colors cost approximately 5 USD. Stages cost approximately 5 USD. Characters cost approximately 10 US dollars, but are obviously the thing that you should spend your free to play shit on the most if you're not buying things, because they're fucking characters.
So there's
hold on, I got more. I gotta go through the whole fucking thing. The battle pass has 3 versions. The battle pass, 4 versions. Fuck. It has free, which includes basically nothing, but it does give you a Teemo skin. It has a one that's $10, one that's $20, and one that's $35. These include the normal battle pass, your battle pass plus 10 levels, and the fanciest $35 battle pass includes a skin unique to itself, which is the Warwick skin from Arcane.
Okay.
So it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's really expensive.
This is
on top of that, your bundles include KO points and character unlock tokens to muddy the value, but then I mathed it out. So the $140 starter ultra fuck pack or whatever comes with 3 costumes. It comes with 8 character unlock tokens and 5,000 fucking credits.
Okay, so that is basically a premium edition that is future
of the game.
Okay, so you're buying the costumes there, but you're getting 8 future characters.
So I ran up the value of the character unlocks, and I ran up the value of the KO points, and it makes the bundle. The way that the math on it works is that if you buy the fancy $140 bundle, the costumes add up to negative $40.
Okay.
So buying the character passes cash and buying the KO points cash would come up to 180 Canadian. But if you buy the super starter bundle, it's 140 and they throw in the 3 costumes with it.
Right. And 8 tokens is, more than
it's a year and a half.
That's a year and a half, exactly. Yeah. So so you're basically, so what it is that bundle is actually the season pass plus the exclusive
base game
stuff. Yeah. And that's separate from the battle pass stuff.
So they've created a situation here where if you're going to be buying every character the day they come out because you don't want to wait the 3 weeks. And if you like those costumes and you're going to be spending KO points on cosmetics that you want right now, that is actually, I'm going to use air quotes, the best value. For somebody who is buying in on 2XKO, that thing is the best value. For a normal person, that's why the battle passes are a enormous step down in cost for people who'd like to spend $20 or like $30 every couple of months. They offer a bunch of costumes. Like I didn't do the value on it, but like you get 4 costumes in the battle pass for $10, which puts those at $250 compared to fucking 20. So the battle pass is actually 10 to 15 times more valuable than any given costume in terms of the game's own economy. So also the costumes for Arcane you cannot get anywhere else other than the most expensive bundle. And it is time limited. It will leave in January.
2026, I thought. I saw December 31st, 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
26.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
next
there
year. It's a full year.
months.
It's a year. It's there for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sounds like so the monetization plan is ultimately what are you somebody that wants to pick and choose an occasional purchase of buying whatever small amount is, or do you want to hit one of the battle pass kind of gacha timelines? Not gacha. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, anyway, but like, do you want to be the medium exact like every couple of months?
Spend, you whaling, dolphining in, Dolphin Plus, or free,
or minnow, or so. Or you can be the I don't care, just give me it all, and then give me all the future as well type of thing.
Yeah.
Now. It sounds like if you are playing regularly and I guess like just interested in your character and some of the colors and or exclusive bits, you can keep up with that for the most part.
Oh, I actually ran the math on that also. So for experience and for the free tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So you get, if you do all your weeklies and all your dailies, you get 7,500 of the free to play currency. Mm-hmm. Which is enough that if you just start saving up on the second week of a season, when the character comes out, you will spend 1 day playing and immediately unlock them.
Okay.
But that is, of course, if you're the type of person who can, in your heart, wait 21 days from the release of a new character to play them online.
Yeah. So there's I guess again this monetization plan is one that asks you to look in the mirror and decide what type of person you are, right?
Yeah.
Do you just care about do you only care about the character you care about and that's it? Do you want to focus in on that and the specifics you want for them, or are you somebody who likes the overall collection? I was seeing how when I was playing Rivals, for example, I kind of was going like, oh, well, I don't use Venom, but I want that Marvel skin because that Marvel versus Capcom skin is cool, right? I see myself being, in this case, this is the one where I'm like, oh, well, first of all, this is a fucking game that I really enjoy. So I'm going to definitely highly lock in on the characters I care about the most. And anything extra for like a character I don't really play, unless it's really, really, really pulling at me, I can probably avoid it and not give too much of a fuck.
So out of this entire thing, if I can actually make my personal objective or subjective judgment, whatever.
Yeah.
By far, the biggest rip in this store is individual costumes. They're like $20 to $25 fucking dollars for one costume for one character. It's fucking nuts.
Buying it piecemeal.
That's like 2 of the battle passes.
Right.
Like you have to fucking be like, I need Crime City Darius now in order to fucking fall for that.
Did you see what the top up like amounts were?
Yeah, I have a picture of them. Hold on. I when I say I went in to do this, I fucking meant it. The top up amounts are, this is CAD, okay? So I know most of our listening audience is from the
USD.
States. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to adjust these down 40%, but this is a CAD. It's $500 for $7. It's $1,000 for $14. It's $2,200 for $28. It's $4,500 for $56. It's $6,800 for $84, and it's $11,500 for $140.
Okay,
so it's
$7 is the lowest. 7 Canadian is the lowest, which is probably 5 US.
It's 100 KO points is $140.
Yep,
that's how it works.
Yep.
And then as you scale up higher and higher and higher, it says bonus.
Okay.
Oh, so someone in the chat, the rotating shop is currently different for different people. That's nefarious.
Interesting. Okay.
I wonder because what would happen in Fortnite is people would like go to the subreddit and people go, oh my god, the alien skin is back out, come now.
What determines that?
No, you have to check. It has to be you.
Valorant and League both do that.
Oh, that's fascinating.
So what is it? Is it just user random? Like not random? Is it just what determines? Is it area? Is it like
probably your user ID?
User ID. Huh. Yeah. So how with the free to play fighting game, how does the heart feel about cosmetics? Right. What is
Some of these cosmetics are trash.
the
Like straight up.
I mean, Beach Darius is not doing anything for anybody as far as I can tell. I don't know. Meh, maybe, you know, same thing for that weird Vi that I saw that was like meh. But then I saw like the other Vi's looked sick, and I think every Alawi costume I saw looked really sick. Tech Alawi looked really cool.
Some characters just kind of can't have a bad costume because their base design's too sick.
I'm hoping that Tech Alawi has like metal tentacles, mecha tentacles.
She does.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's
they're cybernetic tentacles.
That's very cool. Okay. So yeah.
And I checked in an earlier trailer that different costumes will alter the effects and visuals of some supers.
Okay. Yeah. Well, already the free final color that you unlock, which is the green and black ones, make your effects also a green or different color. Yeah, there's Vi's like punches change from the regular, you know, blue or so into like a special color. So yeah, this is just like we didn't have a true look at what the freemium kind of fighting game would look like. I would say, you know, you got these multiverse kind of previews, multiversus previews, or we talked about like, you know, fucking Tekken Revolution or whatever. But in this case, you're getting the pricing. I would also say you're getting the pricing after years of development, you know,
yes,
where this is showing up late.
You know, I wouldn't even say that. This is actually fairly similar to League and Valorant's pricing.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I also ran some more math, because let's compare it to Street Fighter 6, which is the easiest possible comparison point, because people are looking at that bundle and going, what the fuck? Okay, 100 USD for the Arcane Starter bundle is the equivalent of buying 2 years of Street Fighter 6 character passes, because you get 8 characters, 8 tokens for it, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like buying year 3 and year 4. That's $30 twice in USD for Street Fighter, so you're up to 60. And getting enough currency for 2.5 costumes in Street Fighter 6, that'd be about $20. Mm-hmm. And getting 3 costumes for free, which is about $20. So that particular bundle, with the things you get in it, evens out to the equivalent in Street Fighter 6, but only once. And then you get to go, but I got Arcane. I just tried to fucking call a game car Arcane. I got 2XKO for free, but I had to pay 60 for Street Fighter up front, which is basically how I think they arrived at those prices. So I think that bundle was designed to hit that exact math of it's the same as Street Fighter, but the game was free.
So the wild part about, not the wild part, the part about this that I guess is ultimately, you know, what we're looking at is this is a standardized model that is in other Riot games and other genres for a while,
games, which has proved successful.
But it is not like other fighting games, right? And
the reason for that is because other fighting games aren't completely free.
So we're looking at really adopting non-fighting game models of monetization completely in this particular case, and seeing if it's going to work. You know,
so it's
how much does your heart yearn for the cosmetic? How much?
It's a little more complicated than that.
You know,
the problem with this is that Riot did in fact go for a way cheaper, way less mentally manipulative pricing model on one of their games, and that was Legend of Runeterra, their card game.
Oh, true.
And that ran it straight into the fucking ground.
Everything was free, and everything was like giving you too much.
Everything of value was free,
yeah,
and could easily be acquired. And then the skins were like pricier than you'd think, but they were nice.
Yeah,
but no one bought them.
Okay.
Because who gives a shit? I just want the cards.
Yeah.
They
were too generous.
So it's this one thing where it's like, hey, you know what? Let's be good. Oh, we're broke. Okay, so let's not be good anymore. And I fucking
okay. there's another part of this that, well, I think this is more me, so I'm, prepare for incoming Woolieisms.
Mm.
I've described in the past how when I see a new game of some kind and the camera is zoomed out third person with a tiny little character and little colored bullets are coming out of them,
Mm-hmm.
there's a level of fuck that I just don't give immediately. Like, you see the
Mm-hmm.
little purple lines next to my head go, like, right? And it's just because no matter what the genre is, no matter how fun the game is, I wish I could see shit up close and really appreciate the art, right? I just,
Mm-hmm.
and so, and this is in the best of cases. I fucking love me some Hades. What a great game. But in a lot of cases, when I look at a League of Legends, I'm like, it's so tiny, it's so far away. I know it's the game, but it's based on
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
whatever. So when a cosmetic in a game like that comes out, I can easily see myself giving way less of a
It's a tiny
shit
little guy.
because it's a tiny little guy versus a cosmetic in Rivals or Overwatch or whatever, where it's up in your fucking face. You're staring at it. More so it's third person. You're looking at your cool costume the whole time.
I think if every skin in the world was the same value, that fighting games would have the most valuable skins objectively, because in a first-person shooter, you don't actually see your character, and in a MOBA, you barely see your character.
Right? Third person action or third person game like Rivals, you can see it the whole time. And in a game like a fighting game, there's nothing to do but look at that skin. So I really do care about that aspect of it. And yes, I know it's a me issue, and I'm okay with that. I like the cool art. I like the cool designs. I don't care as much when I can't appreciate that. Now, if the genre is one that's still super addictive to me regardless, then that's going to be a part of it. But it's also, there's an element too where I'm like, when card games have cool effects on the cards and stuff, that's dope. But I'm also somebody who doesn't have a strong memory for playing Magic and Pokemon and other stuff with other people might. Therefore, the actual interface of playing with cards is not as special to me versus seeing two characters doing shit on screen. So the value of seeing those skins and what they're worth in a game where they're much smaller makes me give way less of a fuck. And I would even say there's a smaller version of that where in WoolieVersus the characters are much smaller because it's a Smash-like game, and you still can't appreciate it as much as you could in a larger fighting game context or a third-person action game. So weirdly, I feel like the genre changes the value for these types of things. A skin in a Call of Duty game or so, where I'm never going to see it except on a replay, feels really, really low desirability to me.
So, I mean,
I don't know if that's relatable at all, but
after running all my maths, I'm like, to anyone who actually wants to play and enjoy this game, play it free to play entirely. And then if you feel like grabbing one of the battle passes, maybe grab one of those, because everything else is complete insanity.
Well, so the way I always feel when it comes to anything I'm playing that's free, and where the grip of FOMO has not been pulled, and I'm not feeling like an addictive call. Although in this case, I was definitely like, man, I could go for some matches online right now, right, when it was in the downtime. But regardless, anytime that's been the case, I think my thing is like, if I'm enjoying the game and I'm liking it, I have no problem giving it money, because I would have been willing to spend on the full purchase if this were available to me. There's a lot of cases where if a game is like, here, you can buy a retail version of this, but it's essentially like a retail bundle of things for what is ultimately a freemium game, I'm happy to support that if I want more of it, if I want it to continue existing. So, there's a part of me that's always like, yeah, it depends on what my willingness is over whatever period of time is, that I'm playing it. And if time passes and I'm like not playing it as much or whatever the case is, then I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel like investing as much anymore. But I do also feel myself able to mostly resist the call of the cosmetics.
I mean, we'll see, because to their credit, if they're going to charge $20 for these cosmetics, they better look really good, and some of them look really, really good. That Teemo, the Gorilla Teemo, the one where he's a little soldier, that one looks fantastic. Looks great.
Cool. I don't have, outside of Teemo being a troll character, I don't feel like I need to. I don't care that much about collecting Teemo skins or whatever. Probably not going to play him that much. Not a big, I don't have any desire in me there. When I see there's hey, look, there's a Sentinel color for Blitzcrank. I'm like, I want to fucking buy that color for Blitzcrank. That's really cool, even if I don't play Blitzcrank, you know? That's not going to cost too much or take too much time, but there it is. So it's just...
So somebody in the chat said that, by the way, that it's weird there's no $60 version that equates to like a regular game that you can buy of the starter bundles. There totally is. There's a $60 bundle that gives you 8 character unlocks and 3,000 fun.
The retail quote unquote version.
Yeah, it's the version that but it doesn't get you those hot ass arcane skins.
Okay. Well, I think is a good idea. I generally am like, yeah, when if a game is free but it gives you what is the equivalent of purchasing it if you wanted to.
It doesn't give you the owl echo, and in fact actually shows a picture of regular Jinx and Echo on the picture. And the picture is slightly smaller than the really expensive one.
So, in doing all this math, is you doing the math also you calculating your heart?
No, I actually just want to know.
Okay.
So this being the first fucking free to play fighting game, the thing that we've been talking about forever and ever and ever.
Yep.
And as the sequel to Riot's game that didn't use fucked up monetization, the one that I cared about, Legend of Runeterra, I'm more interested in how the economics of this game works than I am playing it. And I really like playing it.
Yep.
This is fascinating to me.
I think it's going to work.
It's totally going to work.
I think it's going to work.
It's 100% going to work.
I think that sticker shock wears off, and then you just go. Yeah,
I think people who want to play fucking gold Warwick have already bought that fucking skin.
If you're telling me,
and they're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna play Warwick all day.
If you're telling me it already worked in League and it already worked in Valorant and it didn't work in Runeterra, then I think it's going to work here. You know.
The other thing I will say, and this is to their credit, I ran the math on it, and if you play the game regularly, right, you can get about 30,000 of the free credits a month, right? And a character costs 10,
but you capped at 12.
You're capped at 12, so they want you to spend it, right? They want you to spend it on colors and stages and shit like that, which can't all be purchased with free to play currency. So if you are a person who's like, I would like to play this game and never spend a dime on it, that is absolutely, completely viable.
But you got to play.
But you have to play,
which is the
and when fucking Pike or fucking Nautilus or Tom Kench or fucking Talon or whoever the fuck you're simping for super hard forever comes out, or Bard, or and you go, oh fuck, I don't want to wait fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You just got to be strong. You got to be strong.
And I saw this as well with like Punishing Grey Raven and so on, games where it's like all these types of games where you're effectively like, you can get the thing, but you got to fucking play. And you got to play. You got to jump in there and stay on and so on. Like Dante was free in Punishing Grey Raven if you got to a certain level of the monthly event.
I think that the missions that they have make it actually really easy for anybody that plays somewhat regularly fighting games to get a free character every single time.
I was not expecting to see that many missions. It's surprised. There's like 22 per character or so.
By the way, I said there's 30K free credits a month. A character only comes out every 10 weeks. So by the time the free character rolls around,
you're over limit.
You'll actually have about 75,000 credits. So you actually had time to spend it on a dozen colors and all the stages by the time the free character comes out.
Yeah.
The reason the cap exists, by the way, is because League players got so much of the free currency that everybody who played League during the first couple of years will never have to buy a character ever again as long as they fucking live.
I remember. Yeah. And Valorant,
isn't that crazy?
And Valorant went too hard the other way, and then they changed it to this with the remainder. Yeah. They've had years of data to put this all together and see what'll work best on the plan. So this is kind of, it's fucked in the sense that it's like, I know these moments because I remember the moment when we talked about the Mona Lisa photo of like the difference between Brood War as an expansion pack and DLC that was made as part of the base game being sold to you. And over time, the slow cooking of the frog pot turned up and we just got used to it, and now you're like, please, okay, we know this is what's normal and we've all gotten used to it, please don't be abusive about it. And if you're telling me here now that you're like, the version of events where things are too nice on people leads to a dead game, and the version where it's ridiculous up top leads to a living game, but you have to choose within yourself to not give into that, but it'll ensure its survival, then it's like
It's
we're
a
on
really
the
good
cusp
example.
of other free-to-play fighting games that want to kick in to this type of model, that are IPs that are less popular than League of Legends will need to be even more egregious and abusive and pricey on this shit. And the data is apparently that this is the way it works if you want your game to survive.
The only reason they can get away with that fucking $100 USD thing is because Arcane
is attached to it. And Arcane is what people that, non-league fans.
This might as well be the fucking Arcane fighting game
exactly.
too. Like it's nuts.
And I'm somebody who knows Arcane more than League, so I'm like, yeah, I see it. The person who's like a fan of that Netflix show that's like, oh yeah, this thing, cool, you know.
So it's this really complicated thing. It's a really excellent view of exactly all the costs and benefits and pluses and minuses of a free-to-play game in general.
Mm-hmm.
They have made it absolutely reasonable to play this game forever and never spend a dime. Like, genuinely, I've done the math. I've looked at the missions. I've played the beta for weeks about how the missions work. If all you want to do is get every new character and always be able to play, wait a little bit, save up the currency, it's super easy, blah, blah, blah. However, as you do that, the game will be actively manipulating you every time you log on by showing you everybody else with their cool ass fancy costumes and hit effects and special KOs and taunts and shit like that. And then they will have the little baby crack, which is the free battle pass, which is going to give you a skin every 3 months. And then they're going to be like, well, it's only $10 for like the real battle pass, which gives you 4 skins and like all these.
I don't know.
Now you've put your credit card information into the game.
Yep. I don't know where the limits are between giving a fuck and with cosmetics versus just playing base game and sticking with it and enjoying that, right? It's because it's personal. It changes for everybody. I know that you can make it especially exploitive in certain ways. One of the ones that comes to mind, which always I find like is bullshit no matter what, is if you cannot buy a specific thing that you are looking at. The only way.
Oh, you mean like the Arcane Warwick skin, which is exclusive to the $35 battle pass?
No, what I mean is a loot box. Oh yeah,
no, there's no loot boxes.
I mean a thing where you have to roll multiple times to gamble to get the thing you're interested in. I
would much prefer crazy high prices than the fucking dice roll.
So that's what I'm saying, right? Is when that was a part of the Overwatch thing and a bunch of these other games and so on. That was way more upsetting and abusive to me, because it's like you're not just tapping on FOMO, you're also tapping on gambling addiction with people and getting into this whole realm of like, go fuck yourself. You can't even be the person who says, I intend to just spend on one thing and I'm otherwise going to stick with just playing the game for free. I find that to be bullshit. So when I'm looking at this and you're going like, okay, you can target the specific thing or whatever the fuck, it's like, is it copium where you're like, yeah, I guess it could be worse in this way, but then also I don't know how bad it gets in the league sense. I don't know how often rotations come out where you're like, this exclusive skin for this league character is also going away in like 4 weeks. So fuck you, get in there, do it now, otherwise never.
I also don't know. And as skins get added to the game, that rotation, which is personal to you, is going to get if you miss it, it might be months. So before you see that,
is again. There that thing where it's vaulted forever and like, yeah, like it's going to take you 3 years to get a chance at it again or whatever, right?
So the easy solution is to put a really, really, really hard line in the sand and don't buy costumes. Only buy the battle pass, or like just don't buy costumes. Costumes are the rip on this, and that's where they're going to make most of their money by far.
Yeah, I think you gotta do right by you on it ultimately. You know, if this is the way it goes and this is the way that the genre plus free to play works here, and it's been doing this for a while, and it's just it's an evil that is profitable enough to keep things going. It feels bad for that to just become the regular, but I also know that how much do I like this fighting game, and how much would I pay for it, and how much to support it? This is one of my favorites. This is big. I'm happy to pay for a deluxe edition of this game and enjoy it, because it's one of my.
For you personally, Wooly, your this discussion is actually worth more than you would ever be able to pay them, because we're providing them free advertising.
Well, there's that element.
Which means that it should be noted, by the way, that while I think the team behind Project L / 2XKO is a nice group of guys, and they seem really cool. I found out yesterday that Combo Fiend designed Warwick.
Cool. Okay.
Which means he must have a lot of cool functions. That Riot is insanely evil and super horrible. But as we said, I think last week or the week before, I can't get into the I can't buy products from Nestle discussion every time we talk about a game. And I at some point I have to pull back to a degree. It's infinite. It's infinite.
It is.
It's crazy.
And we're going to talk about there's this exact discussion in the difference between the dev team and the people in charge of pricing and marketing.
Yes, we are going to talk about that in just a second. Yeah,
it's the Street Fighter 6 comparisons you've been making are pretty apt.
It's such a good comparison, isn't it?
There's a lot to be said there, you know. Yeah, but I will say that I think in terms of putting out the content, showing you what the quote-unquote what the cosmetic roadmap looks like, and also going, surprise, the next character is here for free, or rather the next character is out right now, is a really good move in terms of getting the roster back up, which was the biggest part of the discussion.
11. You know what? Okay.
Good, you know,
and they'll be at 12th in January.
And being really cavalier about leaks and just being like, yeah, who gives a shit? This is what we're working on.
The shit post of a Teemo trailer
is cool, good stuff. I like that. I think that's a good way to win back, you know, players and people with that, and to get things up faster to the state that they want to be at with this game. We're never ever going to see the data, but damn, it would be really interesting to see the metrics on the money, you know?
I mean, you might see the data.
Well,
like you might actually see the data. And you'll pretend that you didn't.
I bet you the fucking devs don't get to see that shit.
No, they have to. They have to see the data because they need to know what characters to make more skins for.
Oh, you don't think that's a person in a boardroom pointing at an iPad going, "This is what you're doing this month"?
No, it's not. League has shown that certain characters get wildly preferential treatment, and it's because people buy them, just like Chun-Li.
But there are many studios and deals where basically the actual the back end numbers are kept secret from the people making the thing. That, you know, and leveraging power is always in the hand of the publisher.
No, I think they know.
You know,
I think the cannons are looking at a spreadsheet on one monitor and a network activity graph on the other monitor, and they know right now whether or not the game is cooked or successful.
Okay.
Like, I think that conversation is happening right now.
This special premium skin gives you access to rollback 3. Your character, when using this skin, can connect to special servers that are even better.
Hey, did you know that if you spend $250 on this bundle and use this costume, it'll commonly match you up with people a full rank below yours?
Oh, fuck. Yep. There we go. So all that's the interesting. And in the downtime as well, there was some offline tournaments where because the client was still playable offline while they were updating. So some people were doing some locals
And all the characters are playable in training mode if
Mhm.
even if you don't have them.
So, we got to see the logistics of what does this look like when 4 people are sitting at a station, everybody shaking everybody's hands or cross or this or that or whatever. And it seems like it works. The profiles that you have on your start.gg account are not going to be necessarily linked in a team. You'll just have to forego those stats. But, for the most part, 4 chairs around the setup means you can roll through that bracket and do your thing. I'm curious. I don't know if you can switch off though from one to another and be like, okay, next I'm going solo, Juggernaut, get out of here. As the from match to match or whatever the case is. I got to go to the bathroom. You play the first round, then Juggernaut solo. I'll be back in a bit. Wild. We'll see.